What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well this evening here. Hope everybody's rocking and rolling. Everybody had a great Halloween. It's hard to believe that November is already here. We have less than 2 months left in 2019. Hopefully, you've done some work and got things rocking and rolling for you, and that you're rolling into the fourth quarter versus going, oh crap, what do I have to do now to get back on track? What do I have to do to really focus on it so that my 2020 is off to a better start than what I thought or where I wanted to be. So tonight's topic is something I think you guys will enjoy. We spent a chunk on it. I spent a chunk on this afternoon, working on this and through paperwork and stuff like that. Going through some of these things I think you guys will really enjoy. Some of it might be a little bit of a recap on some things, but I want you to pay close attention to what we go through here in the content for you, because I think you guys will really take away some things. And we've had some success on these over the last couple of weeks on things I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. So really grab you some notes. You'll probably hear me repeat some things I've repeated in the past. That's okay, because I mean, when I repeat myself, I'm not just saying stuff to say it. I am literally sharing with you the things that work for us on a regular basis here, whether it's us or other note students out there that are doing some great stuff. I really want you guys to succeed. I don't care who you are. I want you to close deals. That's what we want more importantly than anything else. Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it, buddy. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I don't think we'll be right at an hour tonight. We may be, we may not be. We'll probably open up for a lot of questions, but we'll probably be swapping back and forth from the PowerPoint slides into to some websites. So I really want to walk you through some of these things so you can see what we're talking about here tonight. So hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Note Night in America. All right, everybody. So let me share my PowerPoint here. Boom. Shakalaka. All right. Well, if you guys are joining us here for the first time on Note Night in America, I see some new faces, new names on the roster, which is great. And see some old faces too, which is great. People have been around for a while. We do these webinars for 2019. We've done basically the first Monday of the month. Starting next year, 2020, we'll go back to doing them every Monday night, open to everybody on some things, and we'll do the WC and coaching calls a little bit different than we've done before. So we're going back to doing them almost on a regular basis every Monday night again, starting first of the year. Those that are joining us here are people who are interested in notes, people obviously interested in real estate. We do record this. I do see the red button that we have recorded this. That's funny. These calls are recorded, so we do record them, and we do upload them to YouTube. I used to try to live stream to YouTube. Looks like there's a little bit of error. I got to clear some cookies out or something like that. But you can always go to weclosenotes.tv, and that'll take you directly to our video channel, so you can watch all the replays. While you're at YouTube, make sure you subscribe, because we do upload a lot of other things there besides just these Note Night in America. You can also listen to these if you miss it and you want to go back and catch it. You can download them as your favorite podcast, because we do upload Note Night in America as its own podcast of what we do. Note Night in America podcast. I think we're sitting, it's out of the 3 podcasts that we do, I think there's like 15,000 downloads, which is not big. But hey, I'll take every bit that we can there. But our biggest, obviously, flagship, the 50,000 mega blowtorch, is our main podcast, the Note Closer Show podcast. For those that are joining us for the first time, I highly encourage you to go over and take a look at that. We got a lot of stuff, 530 plus episodes. I think I recorded 532 this morning. Over 500,000 downloads. Really overjoyed at that. We actually have we've had over 12 million listeners on our AM FM channels across the country, and we exceeded that. We passed the 2 million mark in the month of October, but altogether, since we started doing this back in March, we've over 12 million AM FM listeners across the country. So we average about $75,000 downloads, listens an hour. Review and subscribe. Would love for you guys to listen to podcasts to subscribe. Leave us a review on iTunes, or go on over, leave us a recommendation on LinkedIn if you want to do that as well too. But there's a lot of great content, interviews, guests. Got some really great rock stars, and booked a couple really bigger guests for later this week, and also in December too. We're pretty stoked about some of the cool things we got going on for that. But we also talk with a lot of our vendors and the people that we use on a regular basis. So encourage you to check that out and listen. Lots of great information. Seriously, a lot of episodes, a lot of content goes in that. We've been doing that for now over 3 years now, and really excited about that. So once again, Thank you for those that have listened. Thanks for the comments there, Todd. Appreciate it. But tonight's topic is about connecting with special asset managers. And tonight, with it being the first Monday in November, November always comes, I don't know about you guys, but when you have daylight savings time or it gets a little darker earlier or gets, lighter earlier in the morning, and I start to tingle. And that's not because I caught something from traveling or anything like that. I get excited because it's a busy time of the year for us. This is always marks our busiest time from November to December of working on assets and working on deals and getting new stuff in. And it's really been, I don't know about you guys, but so many people this year have been like, oh, I can't find any deals, or there's nothing there. It's all picked over. I'm tired of looking at contract for deeds or the old stuff. All these educators out, over-educate, get all these newbies in the market. They don't know what they're doing. And that's fine. Totally fine if they want to think that. It's just that that's not the case of what it is. The thing is, there's a lot of deals out there that are available for us if you just know how to connect with the special asset managers. And yes, default rates are down. We're down to a low 3.2, 3.1% default rate and stuff. But when you have a record number of mortgages being originated, 3.1% still means there's roughly still about 6 million loans or 600,000 loans defaulting on a regular basis and things like that, depending on where you look at your numbers at. And that's not considering private mortgages. I'm not considering commercial notes. There's a whole lot of opportunity still available to everybody out there. Okay, so tonight's webinar, tonight's coaching call, Night in America here, is all about going through a couple of things in there. And I don't know about you guys, but it's fourth quarter time. And I don't know if you don't know this, if you've watched football, you probably wonder, what does that mean? Does it mean that they're just raise your hand to realize the players, it's the fourth quarter? No. What it means more than anything else, and as an college athlete who played 2 years of college football, this is one of the biggest things that the coaches always push for. And it's what we've been pushing for all year long. Like, hey, prepare January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Prepare so that when you get to the fourth quarter, your business is rocking and rolling. Now, some of you guys are doing this on a hobby basis, and that's totally fine. Hey, I'm doing this just as a part-time thing. It scratches my itch. Other of you are really wanting to do something big. And some of you are doing big things. Laura Blanc, Paul Cooper, some of the other guys that are out there doing some amazing, Desi Arnaz, Jeff Wolf, just to name a few. Some of you have big goals, too, that you want to accomplish bigger things out there than what you're doing right now. And that's fine. I want you to help you, but it's time to really own the fourth quarter. And you do all this preparation for the next 60 days, the next 90 days. If you think about this, a football season is roughly 4 months. When you think about, once people are going back to August preparing for that to kick off in September, it's blooding through this month. But it all comes down to the end of the game. You prepare by working out. You prepare by doing the little things. So when the fourth quarter comes around, when both teams are exhausted from banging heads against each other or trying to get things done, those that are more prepared, those are more conditioned and more physical, more specific about what they do, the more likely they are to succeed in the fourth quarter. As our coach used to say, we never lost, we just ran out of time to come back if we're behind, okay? And so when you see this, that means that, hey, they've prepared. Hey, it's time to really kick in. Let's focus mentally, even though how tired you're, let's just focus to make some things happen, okay? So what we want to do was talk about 4 big things you need to do. Now, there's more than 4 things in here, but there's really the 4 big focus of what we see working, okay? And we see this again and again. And why this is big, down in the corner here, Alabama. Obviously, the Crimson Tide has done well the last decade. 4 big keys to their success: discipline, commitment, toughness, and effort, okay? Now, as an entrepreneur, I don't care if you're real estate or whatever it is, you've got to put effort out. You could be the most committed and tough guy, but if you're not going to put effort into what you're doing, you're just wasting time. And that's why I want to share out there. But if you're not going to do the things that you need to do and put effort forth, then just go do something else. Go watch the Cowboys beat up on the Giants tonight, Monday Night Football, okay? Go do something else. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time, all right? But the first thing you got to be doing, and that's the most important time. If you haven't done this all year long, okay, but you got to do it now. Email your asset managers lists, and you're going to have a variety of different lists. Your lists, like I'll give you an example. I pulled some different lists. Texas Savings and Mortgage Lending List, there's over 3,000 connections on there. That's up from 2,300 at the beginning of the year. What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that more mortgage bankers are going into business doing loans in Texas, but they're in other places besides just the Lone Star State. That list is growing. Okay. Now, when you add in what you can find on Lane Guide, DistressPro.com, Scotsman Guide, which is free, there's more people getting into the place. Now, I'm not even talking about LinkedIn on here yet, but Lane Guide is like a $165 Distress Pro. I don't know what Brett charges for that now, but they're all great tools. But the tools are only going to be good if you put effort into them. So the effort really is to email your asset managers. Now, by this, the minimum, when I would say monthly to do your emails, I would bump it up, crank it up to a weekly email now. Okay. And you've got enough things to talk about. Closing out your year end. You've got you got holidays coming. Obviously, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We only really have about 6 weeks left of true work time. I mean, last business day for most people is going to end up being the 27th, which is the Friday of December, even though we've got the 30th and 31st. But you've got Christmas, obviously 25th, that lands on a Wednesday this year. It's in the middle of the week. So you really have to really think about the 20th. So you got 3 weeks in December, a week, and 2 weeks now. So 5.5, 6 weeks is all you really have. Okay. A big thing about this, if you're going to send out your weekly email, you send it out once to your database that you've hopefully uploaded, you've scrubbed or pulled or whatever. Or you send it unopened to people at least once, if not twice, so that you kind of squeeze everybody from the first part who's opened your email and you put them in a separate list. Okay. And those that have opened the email, those are you want to follow back up with. Those are your hot lists. Those that have opened the email, now you're only going to see probably around a 15 to 20% open rate out there for everybody, okay? It's probably all you're going to see when it comes to what's going on, okay? And that's, okay, if you got 5,000 contacts and you got a 15% of people that have opened your email, what's that come down to? 650 people. More than enough for you to have, okay? I remember thinking back over a decade ago, if I had 100 asset managers that I could get NDAs signed within a year, it'd be great. And I did that in the first 90 days. So if you haven't done this, I guarantee you guys could get 20, 30 contacts that will send you, can be on your list to get you sent by the end of the year. Maybe not throughout the rest of the year, but literally right now. Why do I say that? Because we see it done all the time. All right. So that's the first thing. Get in the habit, get your emails, have a CRM tool. I'm not going to go through how to write up an email on MailChimp or Infusionsoft or Constant Contact or Blogger or whatever. You just got to prepare to send your email out weekly about something. Hey, help us clean up your books. Help us get rid of your hair. You got anything with any hair on it? Got anything you want to get off your books? You got deadbeat borrowers you want to get rid of? Something like that, okay? The whole goal is you're doing that to help us finish up strong so we build momentum finishing into December and then also into 2020, okay? So number 2, you want to engage these people with multiple touches, okay? If you have any questions about what I mean by touches, I'm not being, touches, I'm not reaching out and hugging or pulling a Biden on somebody, having that hug hang around too long. Obviously, I think the big touch is when you've built your list, you've got your 15% of your contacts have open or your asset managers open. Hopefully, you've collected a first name and last name, or if you've pulled them off of LinkedIn or something like that, you know where they're located, okay? Or you know where their office is located based if it's the Texas Savings and Mortgage Lane. So you know, hey, city, state, hey, John, hey, Todd, hope the weather's great in Southern California, okay? What, are you getting plenty of sun out there compared to the rest of the country? Or, oh, hey, hopefully you keep track of what's going on and you can personalize it. Hope the weather's nice wherever you're at. Now, if you use a CRM tool of some sort and you have more than a couple hundred or a couple thousand contacts, you have to pay for it. Go ahead and pay for it. But they use a great thing called Time Warp, where you can set the emails to go out a lot of times to where that people or the best time, the optimal time that those asset managers will open their email. So use it because that'll help you. It won't all go out where they all open at 9 o'clock Central Time, but 9 a.m., 10 a.m. across the different time zones is a good thing. So Todd said Todd says, yeah, the fires are wonderfully tanning, maybe a bit much on the crispy side. That would be saying, hey, hopefully your business is doing well. Hopefully you're not being impacted too much by the fires or the power outages or things like that. Okay. Just something that touches basic, kind of is different than your basic, hey, send me your shit. Okay. Now, once you send an email on to them, I would highly recommend you go over to LinkedIn and send a connection to them and a direct message. Okay. Seriously, do this. This is something you all can do. And this is a two-touch approach. Trust me, some of you guys have heard me talk about this beforehand. Okay. The next aspect of this is in the multiple touch thing is if you've got their phone number, pick up the phone and give them a phone call. You can knock out 50 per day. All right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. to noon, 2 to 5. All right. 50 per day. That's 150 in a week. And if you can knock that out over 3-4 weeks, that'll get you to 600 people. All right. Connections, following up with them. Just seriously, dollar for dollars. You're getting a habit of doing this. Set aside 2-3 hours to do this if you've got the time to do it. Okay. You can even do a voice blast if you want to do that. Hey, just want to touch base with you and see about going there. Okay. Jeff Will says, still love your 4-hour live asset manager call video. Yeah, I may have to do that next week. I have to jump on and make some dollar for dollars again and do a live stream on that. But anyway, voice blast is great. Slide broadcast. You could use that if you drop the phone numbers out. It probably won't go out to a bunch of them on the different lists because they're probably office numbers. For some of them, they may be their cell phone numbers. So great. Maybe you get some of those. Or a text message might be another thing through like easytexting.com. You can import a list, customize it, and send a direct message out to them. So it works really, really well. These are all little extra touches to set yourself apart from all the people that just send one email and give up. You know, the people that just won't do the extra. It's all about finishing strong, doing a little bit of more, okay? A little more than everybody else, doing 5% extra. These last couple of things are just a little bit extras that most people don't want to do, okay? But just follow up. As you've all heard me say, 80% of sales made after the 5th contact. You send a couple emails and send a LinkedIn and a phone call or a text message or something, people will respond, okay? That takes us to number 3 in the 4th quarter. Third big thing to do, you need to do. This is another way to find assets, okay? Now, I went through a little bit of this with one of our coaching calls on our WCN crew. I also talked about this a little bit at our Note Mastermind, our virtual Note Mastermind. By the way, our next Note Mastermind is in 2 weeks. It's the 15th, 16th, and 17th in Orlando. So let me know if you'd like a sneak peek seat to it. We've got some spots available for you, okay? But the county clerk for assignments, checking the county clerk for assignments is such a critical thing to do. And it results in such great momentum already because you're talking to people in a different way. Now, this is different than what you would probably know. And I'm actually going through a little bit of this with it. So I wouldn't say, because what most people say, well, where do I begin? I buy in all of Ohio. Should I look at every county on there? I'm like, no. First, don't do that. Pick the largest counties in your favorite states, okay? So like what I just did, I said, okay, Ohio is one of my favorite states. Columbus is one of the bigger markets there. It's also a popular thing there. So I'm going to pick Columbus, which is Franklin County. I'm going to jump on Indianapolis because that's Marion County. I'm going to look at Wayne County for Detroit. And I'm going to look at Hillsborough County for Tampa. Now, one of the things that I did, I went to the county clerk, and each state's a little bit different. There's a Netra Online, okay? And I went to the county clerk or the county recording website, okay? Now, when I did a search for Franklin County, Columbus, Ohio, it pulled up 5,800 assignments that have been recorded this year to date, okay? So I'm going to show that. And then Indianapolis, Indiana, Marion County would only show 100 have been recorded in the last week of October, which is kind of crazy. All right, but still on pace for about the same. Wayne County has showed 4,600 assignments since June. Yeah, since June, in 4 months, okay? And then Hillsborough County has showed 1,493 in 2019. And you have to, with Florida, the county recorder, you have to type in at least the 3 first letters of the assignment. So I typed in BAN for bank, and I'll show these up. So here's what pulled up. So you can see what I'm talking about, okay? So stop share. I get excited about this. Steph was, when I was talking to Steph earlier, she's like, well, you're kind of jacked up, kind of excited about this tonight. I'm like, yeah, because I think it's a great opportunity for people here. All right. Hey, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Good to see you folks out there. Just looking at us. Okay. So what do I mean by this? Let me share this with you. Google Chrome. And I have a lot of things open. All right. So pull this down here. So, okay. So obviously, if you go to Texas Savings and Mortgage Lending, it'll take you there. But here's Netra Online, Hillsborough County Public Records. See the recorder there. It takes you the data online. Okay. Well, here is Hillsborough County. When you type in, you see I typed in party both, ASG document type, but if I just pull, there's a little number. When you're looking at it first, it gives you the thing. So ASG is the assignment. And I begin date from January 1st to 11/4 today. And I had to type in the 3 first letters. So BAN, okay? Well, it gave me 1,493 searches, and I just went to number 50. And you see Bank United, if you look at like back over like Bank of America, okay? Bank of the Ozarks, Bank United, okay? But what the biggest thing is this cross-party name. This is the gold right here, okay? Wilson Franklin LLC, Rebuilding Together Tampa Bay, Mia Bella, Mancilla Francisco, Pergola Investments, GMAC Mortgage. All right. And what do you do with these? Then you just do a search. Like here's Next Bank, a bunch. You're not going to waste your time with like the federal FDIC lists, okay? But you're going to look at the smaller names that you don't recognize, okay? So Bank of America Housing Services, I'm not worried. Like Todd Point Master Funding Trust, this is Goldman Sachs, if I remember correctly, is who that is. But that's okay. Go over here. Vance Venegas, MG3 Riverview LLC, Pergola Investments, okay? So that's the thing you're just going to look at on here and start reaching out to these institutions. Now, I don't know if you can, but if you can, it gives you the document number so you can see a little more there. And so if you click on 1230, if you click on one of these numbers over here, Security Pacific Housing Services, Bank of America Housing Services, First Key Mortgage, okay. All right, reload. Let's see if it'll reload the doc. Way not. But anyway, it's an assignment, but it gives you different people that have been along the way, okay? Security Pacific Housing Services, Inc. was that one, okay? What I'm trying to get at is that was 1,497 there, and out of those, and we probably found 5 or 10 names that we'd reach out to and start dialing for dollars off on the point there, okay? That was Hillsborough County, okay? Let's click on Wayne County, which is the Register of Deeds for Detroit, Michigan. When I did my search on here, okay, I didn't do it. They didn't require me to put 3 letters in, just a document type, and I did a search. So I pulled up 4,644 items found, okay? And over here, you look at over here, grantees, grantors, all right? So grantee, Bank of America, U.S. Trust, whoopie-doo, Wells Fargo, whoopie-doo, Nation Star Mortgage, okay. Wells Fargo, Lakeview Loan Servicing, there you go. Bank of New York Mellon, Coverst American Financial Depositor, Coverstar, same thing. You just be flipping through here looking for names, okay? Yes, a lot of these you probably won't be buying from. CF Corvest Purchaser, CAF Term Borrower, MS. Just start Googling some of these things. PennyMac Loan Services. I got a direct connection to PennyMac and Caliber. Nation Star. All right, US Bank and Trust, you're not going to, but what I'm trying to, First Key Mortgage LLC. Okay, there you go. Aspen Properties Group. Let's see if it gives us a, so we click on the assignment, take a look at it. U.S. Mortgage Resolution and Aspen Property, Grantor Grantee, okay? There you go. Click on the mortgage here. Do you want us to look at it or not? It might not. Anyway, but what I'm trying to get is you've got some names on here of people that you can reach out to. Okay, right? Questions about this? Franklin County. Franklin County, here you go. You can see 5,856 items for the beginning of the year, okay? Page 1 of 391. This is for Columbus, Ohio. DLJ Mortgage, First Key Mortgage, U.S. Bank, okay? Questions from anybody? Put in the Q&A or the chat roll. What are your questions? Are you liking this or not liking this? It all comes down to taking that big E, the big effort. And actually it didn't cost anything for what I just did. I mean, I literally pulled all 4 of these in less than 10 minutes. And here's the Marion County for Indianapolis. So when you pull the list, it only will show you like 100 at a time, okay? But if I click on any of these, the assignment, boom. Session is invalid. Okay, but that's okay. So we'll do the start date. Let's just say 04-2019 to today's date. Let's say that. Document number, just type in document assignment. You can see, you can just type it in and just hit assignment transfer. You can do assignment of land contract or just assignment. I just do assignment and hit search. So Bill asked a question. So then reach out and see if they are interested in selling their note. Correct. No, not this note, but you know that they sell notes. Okay. And if you don't recognize, you got 2 people on here. Okay. Like on this one up here, North Valley Bank, I would give them a phone call, and Flory Real Estate. Flory Real Estate, if I remember correctly, is out of Florida. All right. And North Valley Bank. Yeah. $1.1 million thing. You're not buying this note. You're calling to get on their list. Okay. I know it's golden, Desi. Desi Arnett says this is gold. Golden Scott. I agree. But nobody's doing this. Okay? Now, if you think if they bought in just Columbus, they'll have other stuff in other parts of the state of Ohio or other parts of Florida or other things like that. You can do this in any state, any county that allows you to do a search for assignments. Assignment of mortgage or assignment of contract for deed, whatever. Okay? All right. It's literally sitting at your fingertips. Didn't cost anything. The only thing is that this only allows you, so like you can see here, 1030, 100 in just the last 7 days, really. 1024. 1024 is last Thursday, okay? So literally in the last less than a week, just over a week, okay? There's 100. And so you just have to search it, go back one at a time, a week at a time to find as many. But these are all new assignments, okay? You wouldn't waste your time like the Secretary of Housing or MERS, but you could go down here, just look at here, German American Capital Group, okay, and do a Google search. 126 million. That might be a bit of a portfolio there, okay? But let's look down here. Let's see, LNS Ventures. I think I know that name. LNS Venture, LLC. Yep, assignment, yeah, purchase more information in the image for this document, okay? Just type in LNS Ventures for 82 LS, LNS Venture LLC. So let's just do that, LNS Venture LLC. It's coming out of Indiana. Got a phone number, Lisa Ray Stone. Okay, look at there, from Oregon. Okay, there you go, people. Pretty cool, right? That's Franklin. There we go. Questions. You're like, this is genius. Well, it's okay. So if you click on the link, Abdullah had said, I can get data for people who are late, but the report gives the holder of the mortgage at origination. How can I find the current holder of note? This is a grantor grantee. So it's just stuff that's been filed recently. Assignments have been filed recently. It'll tell you who just got filed it to. They may list more than one person. Okay. You just spend some time. You don't care about the current late party on this. I'm not calling about this one asset at 123 Main Street, Abdullah. I'm calling because I know from looking at this list that such and such bank assigned it to such and such bank. Like Regions Bank assigned this to US Bank. DLJ Mortgage assigned it to Headlands Residential. That's all we're looking for. Okay? Then I'm dialing. I'm not trying to get one note. I want to get in and get their entire list. Okay? That's what I want to do. All right? Well, I now know that Forum Credit Union, I would check out Forum Credit Union. They're obviously selling some loans there. Okay? May not have a lot, but maybe it's one. Or Tucker Mortgage. Okay? Lakeview Loan Servicing. Is that making sense, everybody? Laura says, have you figured out how to download this list as a spreadsheet? We can only download it as a PDF. Okay, so let's try something here. Here's what you have to do. You're probably gonna laugh about this, Laura. Only how to download it as a PDF. I agree, each county is a little bit different. You're gonna have to get old school here and do something like this. Boom. Copy that information. Let's upload a spreadsheet. Let's do a new one here. I'm going to share my screen with you in a second here. Hang on. Share. So I copy the data over. I'm just going to paste and see if it works. No, did not work there. Okay, let's undo that. Let's try pasting special, and we always want to do Unicode text. See if that works. No, but the thing is, I think you can count this down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and literally just narrow it down to the bank's name. You may want to try to populate it into a notepad and then import it from text into that and set it up as delimiters. Okay. I'm not going to go through it tonight, but it doesn't really matter because you've got all you need is that basic PDF. Whoopie-doo. I don't need to put it. I'll just PDF it, and then you could scan it, convert it from PDF to Excel or PDF to Word doc or PDF to something from that point. Go forward. Okay. Sandy Quinn says, "Yep." Okay. Got it. Yes. All right, but don't let that stop you from doing stuff because I mean. To download everything, it's easier just to scroll through it. Okay, scroll through. I got a name here. I'm going to dial for dollars. Okay, that's exactly what I would do. Nothing difficult. It's KISS method. Keep it simple, silly. All right, keep it simple, silly is what I would do. All right, going back here. Let's go back. Question. Favorite your counties. Okay, great. I mean, that's like I said, like that one county will only do 100 at a time, so you got to go back as far back and then have a little bit. But look, all you need is a few sources, everybody. That's what I'm trying to get at. You only need a few sources to find some stuff on a regular basis of people that are going to send you stuff because we're not even done yet. Okay? We're not even done yet. So hang on here. I got more good stuff to share with you guys. All right. So, like I said, plenty to do in like 10 minutes. Okay? Export or copy, paste, Excel. Some states will let you copy it. Now, if you reach out to the county, hint, hint, they may allow you to do it. If you reach out to Pro Title USA and pick like one county and reach out to a title company, they may have the ability to export that into a spreadsheet without you having to do with it. But you probably got to pay for it. Okay? So that's the $1 million answer to your question, Laura. You just need a title company to pull that information directly. Okay? Now, most of these were the free searches. I don't know if you were able to sign in or do more of an advanced search if it would allow you to export it or download it. I didn't try that. I just want to do this in 5 minutes to show that everybody can do this and make it very simple. Okay. Like I said, Google smaller names, companies. You'll track people down, their contact information, and then just dial for dollars. Pick up the phone. Okay. Dial for dollars, baby. But if you trust me, if you could do that and knock out 10 to 15 phone calls, just doing that or tracking down a number so that you've got a quick list that you can call. Do this at night so you can do this during your lunch break or doing it in the afternoon the next day. I mean, I wouldn't make phone calls on Monday, but think some of you guys could be something you be doing after hours, doing a little bit extra, a little bit more. Okay. Because this has resulted in deals for me already, okay? Doing that one thing has resulted in me getting some lists in that I'm cherry picking myself right now, all right? The things I'm telling you is not any rocket science. It results in stuff if you do it again and again. And now the county clerk stuff has resulted in stuff already faster than I expected, but it's resulted in stuff, okay? All right, another fourth thing that you'll be doing is work the numbers. Now, many of you guys have heard me talk about Bauer Financial. Somebody that went through Note Camp commercial, you got a list of Bauer Financial contacts. Bauer Financial is a ranking system that classifies banks on their strengths and everything. So it gives a beautiful thing in ranking the banks by a variety of things. So let me start at banks with 20 plus branches. So let me share this. This is a new share here. Let me make sure, stop share. I like this one. Let me pull it up. Do I have it here? Bauer bank list. Okay. New share. So Bauer bank list. This is the one that for the quarter that ended July 30th. July 31st or whatever it is, that's when the quarter ended. I had not downloaded the most recent one, so these numbers are roughly 4 months old based on their numbers. But it gives you a big number of branches. I ranked my spreadsheet by number of branches, anywhere from 3,065 to which is U.S. Bank. Oh, sorry, that's not right. Wells Fargo has 5,000. Okay, 57 Wells Fargo all the way down, and I purchased my list for banks that have at least 5 branches or more. Now, I'm probably not going to waste my time with these top, dozen, Baker's dozen, because you're going to have Huntington National Bank, Citizens Bank, Fifth Third, Key Bank, SunTrust, TD Regions, Branch, BB&T, PNC, U.S. Bank, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, and Wells Fargo. Or Citibank is top 14. I would call a few of those, but I would start looking and going to those over here that the higher default rates, because it tells you year-to-date income, their risk ratios. Okay, I don't really care about that. On their deposits, I want to look at their stuff as a non-accrual stuff. Past due 90 days, 14 million. 30 to 90 days, 7.5. Okay, this is where the gold is at. And as you get smaller branches and the numbers start going, you might want to rank this by loans going non-accrual. Okay, commercial and industrial loans. All right, it gives you a whole thing on this stuff. Non-performing 1 to 4 family first mortgage loans, non-performing multifamily residential loans. Whoopie-doo. Everybody's chasing their dog. It comes to that. But the non-performing assets, okay, that's where I would look at. Look at the numbers of branches and go from there. Now, this list gives you everything except an email address. It gives you mailing address, phone number, and the president, the head honcho in charge. Okay. Now, some of you guys may have seen an early phone call or coaching call. You can use a service called Lead Fuse if you've got the name of the institution and the name of the person. Lead Fuse will go out to LinkedIn and find that person and try to connect you, and maybe their email will pop up. It works. It worked a portion of that. But with this, you might as well just dial for dollars and say, hey, I'm trying to track down the person in charge of special assets and track down the president and CEO. You're obviously going to get somebody there, okay? And you've got, like I said, you've got a direct phone number here. We get the website. Is the phone number on here? Am I missing it? Yes, there it is. Phone number, okay? Probably the main switchboard right here. But still, why not? Okay? Why not? Dollar for dollars. Make it 50 phone calls. Because if you literally look at the list, if we narrow the list down here, let me go back here to sharing my screen again. I'm getting all excited here. New share. When I did the search, when I narrowed it from branches, hang on here, from 20 branches to greater, there's over 400 banks on this list with at least 20 branches. And there's plenty on that list to call, okay? Now, you could leverage Lane Guide to find the internal departments if they maybe list them. Maybe you're using Distress Pro to use that, track the numbers out there. But I would just jump on there to track down their secondary marketing or their special assets department. Or, here we go, drum roll, please. Their whole loan sales department. Duh. I don't know why I've never talked about that before, but the whole loan sales department is where I would look as well. Let's see if they've got some traders Obviously, they'll have some bigger pools, but they'll also have some smaller one-off stuff there for you. So that's when I did a search on LinkedIn, I think pulled up 32 or 39,000 people that had whole loan sales department in their title. Bingo. There you go. Smaller number than anything. And you know what? You've got the mailing address of a Bauer Financial. You might as well drop a thank you card if you talk to somebody. You've got the corporate offices or the main mailing address. Drop a thank you card to the president. I'm thinking about doing that just to be goofy. Now, when the Loan Tales comes out, our book, I will be dropping a book out to each one of those guys and gals out there. And we're in the final phases of finally editing after losing an editor, actually 2 editors along the way. I'm still trying to get everybody to record the freaking chapter. Loan Tales has been delayed a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to send a book out. And it's going to be very, very effective, especially they probably won't go out by December, but the first year, why not make a good impression? Send a thank you card about your story and stuff like that. Why not do that effectively? So we're pretty excited about that. But anyway, that's the 4th thing you should do. Now, yes, if you do these couple of things, and you're like, oh, this is gold, this is good stuff, there's one extra thing. Sometimes when you're working the 4th quarter, you don't quite wrap it up and you go to overtime a little bit, okay? And you want to win in overtime, all right? Do yourself a favor now. If you're writing some of these emails now, just go ahead and pre-write them out. Pre-write your asset manager emails for next year. Do it once a month up till October, November, and then you can get it in there, but do it monthly. Or separate your lists out. Those that have opened it in one email. Ones that have never opened your emails in a second email. Those emails that have bounced, pull those lists, and that might be your hot list to call on. Say, hey, I used to deal with John Smith at Zion Bank, but I see his email starting to bounce back. Who's replaced John Smith that I need to talk to? That becomes an effective, kind of a warm, a warmer cold introduction, if you know what I mean. Okay? That will help you build the list. But that's the whole goal, is building those lists. I know it's not sexy. I know it's not the best thing that you want to do. But you know what? You can do all this in your underwear or in your pajamas if you wanted to. You ain't even got out of bed. You can sit there with your laptop, your phone, and your bonbons and just be dialing for dollars and doing the things here without having to do the stuff that other people, all the normal stuff everybody else is doing. This is the extra stuff that really does help you win in the 4th quarter. Okay? Now, another thing you can do, and we talked about this before, is call and email servicing companies' business development departments. This alone has led to 4 deals coming in the last 4 hours. Yes, 4 deals in the last 4 hours alone. 2 deals in San Antonio on 2 nice commercial properties. All right, they're in default, along with a couple other things. Now, what am I going to talk about doing with that? So if you jump on the Texas Savings and Mortgage Lending list, it'll pull up about 300 servicing companies that are doing business in Texas. Now, obviously, they do business everywhere else. I sent an email out to all 300 of them. 27 of them bounced, okay, which means I've made note of those, which means I'm going to make a phone call to the phone number listed on the Texas Savings Mortgage Lending to get the new person, okay? Now, some of those are probably no longer in business, and I have a few of those that I didn't filter that by that. I just pulled the whole servicing thing, okay? But I'm going to reach out to the other 273 of them and connect with the rest on LinkedIn. I had 2 people that responded like, hey, we don't do that. Because what am I asking? I reached out to the business development and said, hey, I'm trying to track hold of your business development side. I know many of the servicers that we work with, they have clients that are selling their assets off, or selling a portfolio off the end of the year. We would love that introduction and would love for you to retain servicing, okay? We'd love for you to retain servicing on any assets so that you don't lose business, and it's a win-win across the board. 4 individual assets in the last 4 hours, okay? 4 hours and just doing that one thing, okay? Questions, comments, concerns, everybody? Any questions? Yeah, I know I went through these 5-6 things in roughly 45 minutes, 40 minutes. But look, everybody, it doesn't have to be. You don't pick Franklin County. If you live in Illinois and you want to go after a county besides Crick County, do that. Maybe Lake County, DuPage County, okay? Or you like Texas, okay, great. Do a search in Texas. That's going to be harder to play, but you're going to find lender. Do you want to do in Orange County in Orlando, which has somewhere around 9,000 to 14,000 assignments filed every year, because we've checked it. That's something to look at. Okay, something to look at. There's no right or wrong on which county you pick, just as long as you pick a county and then pull out the big E for effort. Okay. Yeah, but you're going to send out the recorded version for review. I'm not sure what you mean by recorded version for review, Todd. I just picked up the phone and called Bauer Financial, said I want your list of banks that have more than 5 branches, period. And that's it. I got on the phone with them. It was like $360, $400 maybe, I don't remember, but well worth it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, sorry. Thank you, Todd. Yes, 45 minutes for me to go over the stuff so you can watch it. Yes, I'll send the replays out. Yes, we'll have the replays uploaded as a podcast. We'll have it uploaded on YouTube and all the other channel places that we spread our note to knowledge everywhere across the atmosphere, the virtuoso out there. Okay. Any other questions or comments, everybody? Big note, our final virtual note buying workshop is December 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. So this is the first week in December. We'll have our final virtual workshop of 2019. Squeeze in one more for those out there that are interested. And what do we go to now? 400 million podcasts? No, Todd, you missed that part. 530 episodes. That's over 3 years, man. Come on. Couple a week. If you do listen to the podcast, I would love it if you left a review on iTunes. It'd be great. Thank you very much. Any other questions, comments, concerns regarding the content tonight for you? All right, then let's go and wrap it up for this evening. For everybody, thank you so much for being here, being on time, and hanging around from the start to finish. I really appreciate that. Maybe we put a lot into to come up with content for these things, and like I said, we'll pick these back up and doing these on a weekly basis starting the first of the year, and doing some other cool stuff for our WCN crew. Probably maybe a little bit of an hour segment afterwards, and then go from there. So, thank you, Akon. I try to keep an up attitude most of the time, Todd. I try as best I can. Okay. Thanks, Sandy. Let's see what else. All right, guys. Go out and take some action, everybody. Put some effort. Make the fourth quarter yours. Go score, baby. Raise those hands. Fourth quarter is here. Fourth quarter is my time to dominate, everybody. All right? When you see that over in the football games or the bowl games, hopefully you've done the same thing to know that you've put the effort in these next couple of weeks to make December and the new year. Who wouldn't want to start off with 5 new asset managers that nobody else is getting? Or maybe it's a rarity. I mean, let's face it. The low-hanging fruit of asset managers out there, everybody falls in. And that was the Condors, the Granites, the Direct Source. Nothing wrong with buying assets from those, but when you've crowded stuff, you got to go find new deals. And this is the way to do it. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sources out there for you. You just got to do some simple, easy things like I just showed you and pick up the phone and call and go from there. So wish you all best of luck, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see y'all later, okay? A commercial property, did you find? Somebody asked Jeff Wolf. It's actually, I'll share that later. Maybe you have to ask me next week, Mr. Wolfman. Oh! All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.